welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please do like and subscribe to my channel. I'd be most grateful. So, we're going to get into your reading today. We have the archetype cards because this gives us an element of personality type. So this could be 4 aspects of your personality, which you will know straight away if I'm talking about you. Or it could be 4 aspects of a person that you're interested in, if that's what you're watching tarot readings about, is maybe finding out information about a specific person on your mind. So stick around if it resonates with you in any way, shape or form. There might be parts that don't resonate with you, so just leave those parts behind. And if this resonates with you to a point where you want to know more, then my details are in the description box to book your own personalised reading. I also offer 1 or 2 question readings. They're £10 each for each question. And I get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So you could be looking at like 1 hour, 2 hours, or even 24 hours, but usually within 1 or 2 hours, I'm on it. I always have my cards and my runes with me wherever I am. So don't worry about that. Okay, so let's get into this, shall we? We've got a nice backdrop sound today because it's raining. Well, it was raining quite heavily outside, and I just love that sound of the rain. I don't know if that resonates with you as well, but there's nothing nicer than being indoors somewhere, or like, you know, like in a caravan or something, and it's raining outside and you're all cozy. I just thought I'd share that with you. That's the kind of feeling today that I'm getting. So let's see what we have for you right now. I'm going to pick them out actually. So let's see what we have. Exorcist, teacher, slave, oh, blank, get rid of that one, and child, oh, dear me, child nature. Okay, so let's talk about those first of all, and then we're going to get some other cards out. So the Exorcist, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses, is the light attribute. The shadow attribute is fear of facing your own demons. So you may have the ability to sort of like free yourself from things that you feel are negative. Maybe you're very good at sort of like stepping away from people or things that you're feeling a vibe from, you know. I'd say you're the kind of person that's quite good at picking up on evil vibes, if you like. So I don't mean anyone's evil, but you just get a sense of something. There may be sometimes part of you that wants to run away from things. So if something feels too heavy, or there's something that you need to face, maybe from the past or anything like that, you'd rather run away than face it head on. So perhaps sometimes you can bury your head in the sand when there's something to be dealt with. We have slave, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. And the shadow attributes is giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. So there's a lot with the slave about choice. Ability to make a choice, ability to trust yourself to make choices for yourself. There's an element here of somebody needing to understand, you know, the power of choice. And I don't feel perhaps that you do stand in your power of choice very often. It might be that you kind of say to yourself a lot, I can't do this, or I can't do that. Maybe your use of language holds you in this place of disempowerment. And when you understand that you actually have a choice on what you can do, when you understand that you can control the choices that you make, it's up to you then how you interpret that and internalize that as to how things turn out for you. Okay, I spoke a lot about that one there, didn't I? I think that one's been on my mind a lot actually, about, you know, with the choices we make based on the language that we use, okay, can hold you in a place of disempowerment or empowerment. It's important to know. Teacher, light attributes is ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill or wisdom, and shadow attributes is manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. Now I feel like somebody here, you're in this collective right now because you're on this same thread of looking at your own language. You're looking at how you speak to other people, what language you use, you know, how do people respond to you based on the words that you use, that kind of thing. You're looking into your life right now as to how do I communicate myself? Am I being clear in my communication? And I do see somebody doing a lot of work over this, like you really being quite hard on yourself, okay? You're looking at your use of language. And we have child nature. Light attributes is friendship with animals, communication with nature spirits. Shadow attributes is tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. Now, I feel like you're more the light attributes, okay? You feel in balance and real connection when you are outdoors. Maybe you live in an environment that's kind of like living outside more than anything, you know? Perhaps you spend a lot of time out in your garden or outside the front of your home or wherever you are, or perhaps you spend a lot of time in a vehicle and you drive around a lot and you spend a lot of time outside. There's an element here of you are trying to adapt your environment to really acknowledge who you feel you are. You're trying to get your environment to reflect the person that you are, because you are a child nature, but I feel like for some of your life you haven't really embraced that part of yourself, and there may have been some abusive tendencies in environments because you weren't really fully embracing your true nature. Whereas now you are embracing your true nature. I see somebody decorating in a lot of green, a lot of plants as well. You're trying to bring more green into your environment, into your life, which is great. I do sense somebody that's bringing a lot of peace into their life right now, trying to bring things into balance. You know, maybe you are literally, you've just sort of started living on your own at this time and you've got a chance to really create the environment that you want. I'm going to pick a moon card to go with this, just to give us a little bit of energy around perhaps what's on your mind right now. So if that sounds like you, then please do stick around for this reading, because there will be information in there that may help you to move forward. Just saw synchronicity there, adventure. I'm going to just shuffle one more time, see if one comes out. The whole pack. We have ego. And we have commit. So this is the card that we're looking at on there. So there's something that you would like to commit to. And maybe this is actually commitment to yourself. You've decided to work with your higher conscience right now, and you're aligning yourself with all of those aspects of your being. You know, you want balance in your physical, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, and your sexual. And that's what you're trying to embody right now, is commitment to all of those areas in balance. Let's see what your runes are speaking right now. What do you have for you? We have Perthrow. We're right in the energy of that at the moment. I did several readings yesterday and that came out a lot for people. We have Thorazaz. And we have Winyo. Okay, there's an energy here I'm feeling straight away of somebody that is wanting to take a risk, take a chance. You've decided something here and you're excited about it. There is an excitement to this energy. Now, there's two runes here that are about forward movement. They're about taking a chance and taking action. Within those, there is a need to be peaceful within yourself. It's almost like being humble, you know, because yes, you want to rush out the door. You don't want to miss an opportunity. You want to grab it by the horns. But at the same time, there's something that is causing you to hold back as well. So Thorazaz is speaking about understanding the difference between action and non-action, and you're in a space right now is like, I'm not sure whether I should take action or not take action. And that is like the thorny rose between these two runes that's suggesting it's time to take a chance, and there is ecstatic joy on the other side of that. But in order to get there, maybe you have to put your hands around the thorny rose, okay? You have to get your hands bloody. You have to feel something. And that might be why Thorazaz is in the centre, is because you know it's going to be difficult. It could cause pain or something that might feel destructive to you, but it's destructive in the way of collapsing patterns that are holding you back or stand in the way of your ecstatic joy, okay? Because there is this energy here of like Perthro wants you to move forward. There is excitement here. There is a want to take a risk here. You know it, you feel it. But to get there, you've got to jump over this like tangle of thorns, okay? And that's difficult because you know it's going to hurt you to go through it, and you may lose parts of yourself going through it. But what are you really holding on to there? You know, if you know that this is going to happen, why are you holding on to it when you know actually it's going to benefit you and it's going to bring you the harmony that you're looking for, the peace that you're looking for, the ecstatic joy that you're looking for? You just got to get over this blackthorn first of all. You've got to get over those thorns first, okay? It is a challenge, yes, and you're being called to find your peace within it. So let's get into the tarot then. So let's see the current situation for you on this right now. I'm getting rebellion, like, okay, we have the world. So this is about, it's completion. Your current situation right now is about completion. You're inspired at this time. You're about to achieve something great. You're about to achieve great joy in completing something. You know, like you're closing down an old cycle and there's a new one about to begin. You're ready to take that leap of faith. Why are you holding back? It's almost like there's some unfinished business, or there's some, I don't know, unmet dreams or something like that you're afraid you're never going to fulfill in completing this. But this actually, at the moment, your current situation, there is travel involved here as well. I feel like, I don't know if you're already on a journey or you've gone traveling somewhere. You're taking some kind of time out, and it's helping you to understand and know what your way forward is, what you need to do. So where are your challenges right now? Limited belief I'm getting as well. Okay, so the challenge is that nothing's ever going to be the same again. You know, this Thorazaz here, you've already started that journey walking over those thorns, and it hurts. And you've already started to realise, like, there is no turning back now. I cannot unsee what I've seen. I'm there. It's up to you how much destruction this causes, okay? It could be that what you're going through right now might not cause too much trouble, because you might decide to just stay still, stay sat in those blackthorns and not move anywhere. You'll be protected, that's fine. But there are challenges ahead, and you know there's challenges moving through that blackthorn. But think about it like this. If you think of things as like, oh, I have to do this, or, you know, I've got to do this. What if you change your language to, actually, I get to do this. I get to overcome this. I get to move through this. I get to have this experience. And it might be maybe an unexpected change that's occurring within you. You might not understand fully what is going on. And in the past, you may have been quite avoidant to this. You may have refused to change or refused to see what's happening here. But now you know there is no way other than through it. There's no way other than the challenge that's happening here. And you know it's going to bring that. There's something about hospitals here as well. Maybe visiting somebody who's in hospital at the moment. Or something that's happened around that. but you are taking steps. You are taking steps, and you are going to be, I think once you start on this challenge, you're going to realise just how resilient you are, just how powerful you are, and your ability to find inspiration in the strangest of places. Remember that. So what do you need to focus on? Of the Two of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So right now you need to focus on this sort of conflicting thoughts you've got. So you're stuck in a space of not knowing which path to take. So it's like you're at a crossroads right now, okay? And this knight is kind of trying to tell you that, you know, you already made your decision. So it's like where you were in a crossroads, focus on that decision that you've made. You know, remember? Perthrow, taking a chance, taking a risk. This is what this Knight of Swords is telling you about. You've already decided to take that risk. This is what you need to focus on, is that decision. Focus on that. Stop sitting in that place of the unknown, of like, well, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to sit here. It's uncomfortable. It's becoming really uncomfortable sitting in that place of indecision. So the Knight of Swords is about, you've made that decision. So it's time for action now. It's time for movement. The Knights are all about direction. And this is direction towards something that you know you've made that decision on, okay? It's time for that journey to begin. So what do you need to, what are these decisions about the Two of Swords? Let's have a look a little bit deeper into that. What is that about, the Two of Swords? Okay, so it's something to do with a desire that you want to fulfill. And it's almost like you knew about this desire, okay, commit. You want to commit to something here. But in the, maybe you've kind of held back a little bit before. Oh my gosh, I just realised there's a rose. I was just talking about the rose with the thorns in the middle. And there's a rose right in the centre of those, those swords. That's weird, isn't it? So you've got to use your clarity. You've got to use, that sword is like your mental clarity. It is your truth. So you've got to use that sword to cut through the blackthorn thorns, okay? You've got to use it to cut through those thorns. So basically, it's like you're looking at the picture of like, oh, I've got to do this physically with my hands. I've got to hurt myself to do this. Well, no. Why don't you use the tools that you've got to help you to cut them down so you don't have to hurt yourself in this process? How about that? So maybe you can take the blindfold off and realise what actually tools you have in the bag to help you. There's something about this, and that's definitely to do with language again. Because it's actually going to help you to fill your boots with this desire, okay? Now, this was something about leaving behind, isn't it? So there's almost like a feeling of you don't feel you deserve this. You don't feel like you deserve to enjoy the fruits of labour. Why is that? Why do you feel like you don't deserve it? Okay. That's interesting. So we've got the Four of Cups, which is usually about like regret. This can be where someone's feeling quite upset about the past, maybe. Something that might have happened here. And the Nine of Pentacles is like somebody looking really, really good. This is like where there's discipline, and I've got an energy here of perhaps you feel like you've something's gone wrong, hasn't it? You don't feel like you deserve this Nine of Cups because you feel like you weren't disciplined with yourself and you regret that. Okay. So what does the future look like then? What does the future look like on this? Okay, we have the Lovers. So the future is looking like you have choice. You have choice. So if you regret something from the past, that maybe you didn't feel like you took the right action, or you weren't disciplined enough in what you did. I'm trying to get the word, it'll come to me soon. It's almost like a sabotaging thing in a way. And there's regret around that. But the future is holding this energy of love, actually. Commitment to love and choice. So it feels like you've been given another choice here, another chance, if you like. And you have a control over that choice, over all the choices that you make. Everything and anything that happens to you in your life, or happens for you in your life, you know, you get to choose how to interpret and internalize that experience. Okay. Now, if something's happened in the past, you can't change what's happened in the past, but you can learn from it. You can learn from it and choose to change that path, change that way. Okay. I do sense that this could be to do with a want for love, actually, a want for a soulmate connection here. But it starts with you committing to yourself, and there's something about this working on your language, working on yourself and the way that you do things, the way you go about things. We've got the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of here as well. So this is sort of like where you're learning from karmic lessons, I feel. What you're going through right now is actually up-leveling you, and it's bringing about change, aligning you purely with your fate. Okay, so what advice do we have for you right now? What advice can we give you at this time? I was just thinking we didn't have any advice at all there. We have Strength on the bottom and the Chariot. So we had before, remember, we had Perthrow, which is about like taking chances. We have Thorazaz, which sometimes can be about taking action as well. We've had the Knight of Swords, which is hasty decisions, you know, moving forward. And now we have the Chariot. Your advice here is to not wait around, actually. Your advice here is about victory. It's about taking action and fast action. So there's a need here to move, okay? If there's an opportunity for you to move past this, what's happened in the past, what you regret, where you didn't really move with the discipline, you've got an opportunity here, a chance, I feel. You know, you've got this choice coming up in your future that you decide how things go based on your language, based on how you go about things, based on the choices that you're making. So this feels very eager. It feels like there has to be quite a quick action, a fast movement going on here. Let's have a look at your environment right now. Okay. So we've got the Nine of Swords. Yeah, there's definitely an energy here. If in your environment right now you're worried, I feel like you kind of maybe really sitting with yourself, trying to get the right language together, trying to express something, or trying to move through this in the right, you're trying to do the right thing is what I'm feeling. But there's worry there. I've sensed somebody that isn't sleeping very well at this time. You don't like what you're seeing. It's bothering you. It's affecting you. I've got a sense of somebody in their environment right now. They don't feel safe, maybe, or you don't feel like you're really truly happy with what you're doing, where you're at in your life at this time. So why is that? Let's have a look. Why the Nine of Swords? Why have we got the Nine of Swords there? Okay, so we've got the Ace of Swords here. You've kind of been, something's been like a bit illuminated to you. I feel like you've had a bit of an epiphany, or like a moment where you're like, okay. But there's a struggle here about communication. It's like you've seen something for what it actually is. Like you've just gained some pure clarity here. There's that rose again. Oh my God, can you see it? Like it's just been pierced by that sword, okay? You've got this fear of being hurt, I'm guessing. You've got this, I'm not guessing, I'm getting. You've got this fear of being hurt at this time. And that, I feel like that's where the worry or the concern is, because of something from the past. But what this is guiding you towards is you've actually got an opportunity for a brand new idea, brand new sort of communication. There is success to be had here, okay? So you need to pull yourself out of the Nine of Swords and take that right action that feels like it's meant to be, okay? Okay. There's something about this Page of Swords on the bottom. There's something about maybe pulling back a little bit. That could be to do with pride or arrogance, or just, it's almost like you feel like somebody's going to just like put you up there to be flogged if you come forward, which isn't a very nice feeling, is it? So you kind of in a space of like, well, perhaps I just won't take any action. And I feel you kind of like going, I'm going to do it. No, I'm probably not actually. But then you're going through that Nine of Swords on an evening, on a night time, I'm feeling, and it's keeping you awake. You can't rest, because this is eating away at you, is what I'm feeling. So what are your hopes and fears? Which I think we already know, don't we? What are your hopes and fears? Got the Three of Wands, so that could be about forward movement. Three of Wands is that this all goes your way. Hopes and fears. Okay, so we've got the Seven of Pentacles on here. So you're hoping for something long term here. You're hoping that things can change, things can be better. I do feel from this that in time, yes, things will be better. Things can turn into a long-term investment, is what I'm getting from this, because you are doing that work now. It doesn't matter what's happened in the past. It doesn't matter what's gone wrong here or how you're feeling about yourself on this. You need to try and pull yourself out of the negative self-talk, okay? Because it's that language that is stopping you from really embracing your life at this time and moving forward in the way that feels right for you. You know that this feels right for you, but there's a fear of being hurt, fear of grabbing those thorns, because you know it's going to be a challenge to express how you feel at this time. But it will come good. There is success in this. There is rewards in your efforts on this, actually. So let's see what your outcome is. We've got the Page of Coins on here. So this is kind of like where there is a new beginning to have, and I do feel somebody putting like plans into place. There is an opportunity to do that. If this is about you coming forward to another person, I do feel reciprocation. almost like a pleasantly surprised that you've come forward, if I'm honest. Let's see the outcome. And I do feel that's towards a female, so that could be your mother, or it could be a sister, it could be a love connection. It's almost like a feeling of like they were right and you weren't over something, but you've got you want to come forward and basically say, I know the truth now. You know, and it is hard. I do feel it is hard, but it's part of your growth. This is part of your journey, and it's actually helping you. We've got a lot of pages, you know. So we've got the Page of Wands now. So this is kind of like you are feeling, you know, there's a lot of inspiration and enthusiasm around this. So allow yourself to feel that, okay? I almost sort of saw the Two of Wands in there then. It's kind of like you've definitely made a decision here, and you are ready to take action. There's just that fear of those thorns, okay? And maybe it's the fear of those thorns holding you back or getting in the way or messing things up. But use what you've got. Use those tools, yeah? Use your ability to change your language to help you. Okay, there's a little bit of thought process that needs to go into this, a little bit of consciousness that needs to go into this. But part of that is actually helping you on your journey anyway. It's bringing you more enthusiasm, more inspiration. And that's what you're heading towards, okay? Let's get one last card on here. Oh my God. Okay. That was a Tower moment, most definitely. Okay, maybe that's not the question. I want to see what this other person is thinking and feeling about you right now. Let's ask that. Whoa. No way. We've got the Page of Coins on here. So it feels like this person is actually ready for a new beginning, ready for a new opportunity, ready to make plans. Okay? That literally flew out as soon as I said it. It was almost like, okay, right, ready. So I feel you're worrying about this. You're sitting on it. You're kind of thinking the worst of it, perhaps going through all these scenarios in your mind of how it's going to go. And actually the other person's there like, well, what took your time? Like, you've been, you know, what have you been doing? Why have you been messing about? Why haven't you come forward sooner? Yeah? You're going to be relieved. I feel like you're going to be relieved. We have Justice on the bottom of there. So it's almost like this person just wants truth. They just want the truth. They just want to know. They want to see you moving forward with integrity, and this is part of your journey. I feel that's the word. That is the word. Wow, I actually got my arm up to there then. Where was it? Which card was it now? Integrity. Oh, I can't remember now. Lost my thought, but it was something about integrity. Oh, that was it. The Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. Remember, it's almost like you feel like you haven't moved in the past with integrity. But now is your opportunity to do that. We always have an opportunity, you know, we're human, we make mistakes, we do things and we mess up. It's not about that, it's how you put it right that makes the difference, okay? It's how you put it right. This person could be very intuitive, yeah, and purposeful. Like they sort of live their life very purposeful, very intuitively, and perhaps that's what the fear is here, is that you maybe see like, you feel like they see through you. So if you feel like a person sees through you and you're not giving them the full truth, the full story, how do you think they're going to respond to that? They're going to feel like you're lying to them. They're going to feel like you're not being honourable towards them. So this is your chance to really move with, you know, integrity. Really change the language to suit the truth of what you actually think and feel, okay? But use the language in such a way that it's empowering to you, not disempowering to you, all right? And it's not accusing either or judgy. So we've got to make sure that we're not judging other people on how we use our language. So yeah, there's definitely an energy there of something changing, but this person they've been patient, they've been waiting. It's almost like they've been patiently waiting for you. Let's get a final outcome on here. There's something about being powerless though, or feeling powerless. Okay, so the final outcome is the moons. This is all about that intuition. There's definitely, I feel, a telepathic connection going on here, where maybe you kind of are communicating with this person, but on another level, not in a physical level. But with this energy, you know, you need to just watch for secrets and illusions, because it almost feels like through lack of communication, through lack of really saying it how it is and being truthful, it creates a lot of illusion and a thought of secrets being held. Okay, but I do sense that the outcome here is about two people facing their fears together and being open about that, illuminating everything so it can be seen. Okay, illuminating everything that needs to be seen. There is some pinchy energy underlying this though. I don't know if that is somebody in your energy around you that's like pinching at you, or somebody in their energy that's pinching at them, or both. But there's something that feels like it's going to need to be exposed in order to move through it. Like something following around like a bad smell that needs to be discussed, that needs to be talked about. Let's get one final card. 10 of Wands, yeah, so it's that's causing the struggle. There's some pinchy energy around you that you regret, or that you feel you are struggling to shake off or get rid of. But I feel like this person is going to understand that, and you just need to express it to loosen that load. Yeah. What's that? I just popped into my head, you know, remember Crocodile Dundee, if you're old enough to remember that film? And there was somebody in the village in Australia they called Wally, and it was basically like, oh, if anybody's got a problem, they tell Wally, and then Wally tells everybody else, and it's no longer a secret anymore, it's not a problem anymore, because everybody knows. There's something about that, as sort of like, you know, why are you harbouring this and struggling with this on your own when you could share it? When you could share it and then actually realise, well, actually, it wasn't such a big deal. Why was I keeping that to myself? Okay. There is this suppressed emotion going on as well. So it's like, you know, you just be free, feel okay with expressing how you feel. Let's get one last card. So I've made this a very long reading again. Okay, we've got the Three of Cups on the bottom there, so that's celebration, you know, people coming into together, coming into union. So one final card for this collective today. What do we have? The Five of Swords. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely been something about betrayal or dishonour, or something didn't go quite right, and that is overriding this this whole adventure for you. It's a struggle for you, but this is what needs to be talked about, because I sense that you're the kind of person that you want to make changes, you want to do right, you want to put things right, you want to live with integrity and discipline. I feel you want to have fun, yes, but you changed how you want to be, how you want things to be. And that Five of Swords is almost like there's something that needs to be opened up about around that. It is going to make such a difference to you if you can express it. Or maybe you've already expressed it and you're waiting for your response. Yeah. But what to know is like, well, I've done my bit, you know, I've kind of come out and said what I've needed to say, so it's not on me how this person takes that. And the Seven of Wands and the Hermit is kind of suggesting like somebody being in a very defensive energy, somebody that's kind of like gone, right, I'm just going to take myself away, I'm just going to keep moving away. And I feel like that's what's actually created a little bit of an issue here, is the pulling away and the internalizing rather than expressing and working it out, okay? And that's where this comes in about language, about communication, and changing how you are communicating these things, okay? We have the Queen of Cups on the bottom there. So this is about like fulfillment in the sense of love and compassion and healing. There is definitely an intuitive link here, and I feel like you need to understand that the person you're dealing with, I feel like they do intuitively know what's going on, even though you haven't said it. They already know. So what you're worrying about or fearful of might not actually be necessary for you to hold on to. There's a lot of love and compassion with this that is ready to be seen, ready to come out. And we have Queen of Swords as well. So this is kind of like, you know, integrity and truth coming out. You know, there is, I do feel maybe a conversation or something going to happen here that's going to just put everything to right. It's going to help you to move through that regret that you have, or where you feel like perhaps things just didn't go right. It's time. Okay, it's time to work through these things, and you're already starting to do that in your environment and for yourself, and you're already starting to look at the language that you use. So now it's time to really deepen into the truth, the integrity, the compassion, the love. That's what Wyrd represents. It's all of that, okay? And it's just Thorazaz that's kind of like stuck in the centre there, but use the tools that you have to cut those thorns. Don't use your bare hands, okay? You don't have to hurt yourself. You don't have to do things to hurt yourself over this. Okay, that's what I've got for you today. So if this resonates with you and you would like your own personalised reading, please do get in touch. If any of this resonates with you, I'd love you to drop a comment down there so I can just see that. Just a little emoji or anything if that works for you. And if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Have a blessed day.